Well, it's a staple of the holiday season, the story of Christmas past, present, and future. And you can see this iconic show, A Christmas Carol, this weekend and next here in Toledo. Matt Balland and Paul Cosman join us from the Toledo Rep this morning. Good morning, gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
So tell me a little bit about your rendition of the Christmas Carol for any interested people really wanting to support the arts this season.
Well, this is a version of Christmas Carol that's really very close to the original novella by Dickens, and it follows the story very closely. A lot of the lines that we speak are even actually from the original novella. So this is also kind of special because this year is this is the 36th anniversary of this show with the Toledo Rep, but it's also the first time back at the Toledo Rep stage in 30 years. So we've been all over different venues, the Peristyle, the Stranahan, the Valentine, all wonderful places to work, but we're really happy to be back in our own home again after 30 years.
Coming home, you get to see people who supported you. You get to see some new faces. Tell me a little bit about what people can expect, how they can watch you, and what they should know.
Well, they can watch us either here live in the theater by purchasing tickets to attend in person, or we are offering live streams of every single one of our performances for those folks that may not be able to attend in person or are from other parts of the country and want to tune in. Perhaps this was a part of their holiday tradition in years past, but they're no longer in Toledo. They can tune in and still make it part of their holiday tradition this year.
Watching it a little bit now, it's so interesting to see how you guys just bring this to life. It's so wonderful to see people being able to support the arts, especially as we kind of navigate through this pandemic. How did you have to make adjustments for that as performers and getting back on the stage with everything happening with COVID-19?
Well, for one thing, we have to do all of our rehearsals in masks, and we all are vaccinated, so we have those things to deal with. Being in a smaller house actually is a real benefit because audiences are up closer. We get to kind of feel engage what the audiences are enjoying, which is just a delight as an actor. And then also they get to see up close what we're doing, which is nice because we're in a much smaller space, more intimate space. There's something else, though, that I really want to talk about. It's very special this year to me, and I hope to the gentleman who's next to me, is that the last time this show was on the Rep stage, this gentleman next to me, Matthew Boland, he played Tiny Tim. And he's returning this year, 30-some years later, as Bob Cratchit. So I couldn't be happier because I had directed him as Tiny Tim when he was a little boy. And so here he is, and we're acting on stage together all these years later.
How special. You've really gotten to watch that journey unfold from a little boy, as a character, all the way into the young man you are now. If someone's on the fence about watching this production, what's your message to them?
My message would be that it's for all ages, even though, it might seem a little unapproachable because you're dealing with Victorian England, you're dealing with some heavy subject matter at times with the show. It really is a show for all ages. Everybody from the youngest child to the oldest adult can find something to connect with in the story. And just the scenery, the costumes, the production aspect of it, it's truly magic when it comes to live theater, and there's nothing like it. So if this is something that you've never seen before, we really invite you to come make this part of your holiday tradition here at the Toledo Rep. And it's our Christmas gift to the Toledo community.
The themes of humanity are universal, and you're telling a great story. Really quickly before we leave, if you can, again, just tell us when, where, how this is happening for anyone who's taking some notes. Okay,
this runs at the Toledo Rep downtown on 10th Street in Washington through December 12th. You can find all the information at toledorep.org. It's really easy to find out ticket prices. Performances run Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays at 8 p.m. and Sundays, matinees at 2:30.
Well, guys, Paul, Matt, thank you so much for joining us and sharing a little bit about the Christmas Carol for our audience. We hope you have a great rest of your day.